What's I know I don't know if we'll have time for all 10, but
yes.
maybe if you could go through maybe the first maybe what is your number one that your number one. I know it's probably you're such a movie buff.
Well, it was and I just wrote this. I actually wrote this blog on Wednesday in honor of being on your show, basically. So people can read all of my top 10 superhero movies on my blog, Movies That Motivate, at Motivatorman.com. And I'll just read my top 10, and then you guys can choose which one you'd like to hear about.
Sure.
Okay.
So number 1 is Spider-Man 2, and number 2 is Iron Man, the first Iron Man. Number 3 is The Dark Knight. Number 4 is Superman the movie. That's the one with Christopher Reeve. Number 5 is X2, X-Men United, which was the second X-Men. Number 6 is Kick-Ass, which I just saw. Number 7 is The Incredibles, which is the Pixar animated feature. Number 8 is Unbreakable. Number 9 is The Incredible Hulk, which is the latest one that came out. And number 10 is Watchmen.
Watchmen, okay.
Yes.
Well, I like The Incredibles. I have, I don't know if you know, but I have 4 children.
Oh, do you?
So The Incredibles, yeah.
So
The
you
Incredibles,
exactly.
Yes, my youngest, who is 7, is convinced. I mean, he watches The Incredible Hulk. Every movie that you have on this list, I have seen probably at least 10 times.
Oh,
get out of town.
Yes, at least 10 times. My youngest is 7. He's convinced he's a superhero. And then my 13-year-old is a cartoonist. So he's been writing and drawing his own cartoons probably since he was 7. So all of these movies are movies that we, the DVD, I have to get new ones because they wear them out. They get swept because we watch them so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really, really, really resonated with The Incredibles. It's a movie we watch at least 2 or 3 times a month. We watch The Incredibles. And
what is it about it that you resonate with?
The thing that I resonated with it as a parent, I think that's also a big clue, as when watching these movies. I'm watching it from the perspective of a parent. Right. And so I really identify with the parents in the movie. With even though they have these incredible powers and they have these kids and they have all these incredible powers, they're still protective over their children. They're still wanting them to be better than they are. They still have a little sense of fear, and they're wanting to have a security and a sense of security for them, but they're also wanting them to believe in themselves and to exercise and be proud of their powers. And that, as a parent, I can really identify with, because we want to teach our children. We want to raise our children to be independent. We want to strengthen them. We want to encourage them. But there's still a fear as a parent when they leave out the door of forces that are beyond our control and how those forces may, affect them.
Right.
And so as a parent, I identify with the parents in the movie. Of course, my kids, identify with this idea of having superpowers.
Yes.
Of wanting to do extraordinary things. And what I explain to them is, you may not have, it is a cartoon. You may not have the ability to go out and pick up a car, but your mind is something that is unique to you that you can utilize that gives you extraordinary powers. You can use your mind in ways that other people can't. It may not be a physical strength, but you can use your mind in ways that other people can't. My oldest son is a basketball player, and he watches these superhero movies, and for him, it's an inspiration when he gets on the basketball court.
Yes.
He's told me he sees himself as Superman when he gets on the basketball court. Yeah. So.
And that helps. That's all part of law of attraction and visualizing powers. All athletes do this. This is part of their success stories. One thing I wanted to share that you brought up, that even though it may seem funny that you've watched them at least 10 times each, these movies with your kids, the power of repetition is incredible for altering and transforming a positive mindset. And I know that you've talked about Think and Grow Rich, the book, and Napoleon Hill, and how every motivational speaker out there believes that repetition is key to transforming an optimistic mindset and any mindset into an optimistic mindset, because movies are affecting you on a visual level, on an audio level, and to be able to share that with your kids is a whole other level of bonding with them.
Right.
So that's why I love movies. So you shared some great examples of watching movies with your kids, and the benefits.
Yeah, and I was sharing with SHERI just yesterday about one of our favorites is Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's another. And I was telling, I'm going to visit SHERI soon, and I was telling her, I said, I'm going to bring this movie so that you can watch it, because my kids had been talking about it. They had seen it in the movie theater with their grandparents, and I had never seen it, and I got it on DVD. And it's another one of those movies that we watch at least 3 or 4 times a month. Because I really, really, really resonate with the theme of that movie. And as a parent, as an adult, the fact that I can sit there and get enjoyment out of it, and my children can sit there and get enjoyment out of it, it speaks to the power of movies.
Oh, absolutely.
And what you just said.
Yeah. And that movie Kung Fu Panda is also about following your passion, and you will achieve success, because his passion was food. He loved eating food, and he had issues about his weight, and of course he was being made fun of by the other kung fu experts, and yet it became his strength. I won't give it away for anybody out there who hasn't seen it yet, but isn't that a wonderful message for people out there to follow their passion, because that will be the key for their greatness.
I love that message.